Guys, hi, good evening. This is T1.
T2 here. Welcome to the T Squared Show, and today we are honored to have with us Hashim Amla, who is a living legend.
Hello, sir.
Assalamualaikum. You are.
Welcome to our podcast. And firstly, we're so honored to be with you right now. And welcome to Qatar. How's the feeling being here for 10 days right now?
It's been wonderful. It's been a lovely experience. Qatar is a beautiful place. And fortunately, I've had some really good teammates to spend my time with. So it's been very nice.
Alright. And firstly, so what's your thought on this QT training? Because we have been playing some T20 tournaments, okay, but now, for now, the Qatar cricket is evolving, right? This is a big stage for us as a domestic player. I'm playing since my childhood, so this is a big thing happening. So what do you think you're seeing Qatar talents, the cricketers who's playing together?
No, there's wonderful talent. I mean, obviously, you have lots of players playing in the club cricket from what I've heard. T10 cricket's becoming a lot more popular now, particularly with the associate teams, and I think it's a great way of actually introducing maybe the international kind of setup to the associate teams without having the pressure of a big T20 tournament. As well as the T10, you can have it over 10, 11 days, which is really convenient. So it's been very good. Seeing the Qatar players, seeing some of the other associate players, has been lovely to share the change with them and share whatever experience we both have, across the board. And it's been lovely to see the passion and enthusiasm that we with the players. Quite often when we were playing international cricket and then you watch some of the associate matches and you see guys running into the field and you see the passion after winning a game, as though they have won the World Cup, but you understand that actually it is.
Exactly.
For them it is winning a World Cup or winning a sport of the World Cup, and it's a very great achievement for any team coming from the lower divisions to go to the top.
Let me qualify my statement. Why do I call you living legend?
No, you don't have to qualify.
I shouldn't have to qualify it, but the reality is that in a post 9/11 world, you were one of the most prominent Muslims to take a stand. You've got your appearance where you've kept your beard and everything, being in a country like South Africa, which isn't predominantly Muslim. You were the one who took a stand. You didn't want Castle Lager on your shirt, and you convinced your board that you didn't have to do that. And I'm assuming that because of your stance, your stance also had an effect on the locker room within the South African camp. So could you elaborate a little bit about what it was like in the post 9/11 world in South Africa? Was that something that affected you, and what prompted you to make the decisions that you did make, and how strongly you felt about taking the stance that you did?
Yeah, I think post 9/11, obviously there was a lot of attention on Muslims worldwide. But for me, growing up, I might have been 18 or 19 at the time. Yeah, somewhere around there. But growing up, it was it's so important to have a good support system and good upbringing. And I think my parents, I can never thank them enough for everything that they've given me in terms of support and guidance. And that's the most important thing. And I had some really good friends and teachers around me to help navigate through any difficult time. Playing for South Africa and obviously having the beard and being a visual Muslim, just put it that way. I didn't see it as a big deal, and I still don't see it as a big deal because this is something I choose, and it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. At the end of the day, we all have our own accountability in the final analysis. So, yeah, that's the way I look at it. I try and keep it as very simple as possible in my mind, and not get caught up in any of what this person thinks or that person thinks, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's a final analysis. You're all going to be going through who you did and how you did your best.
And what I was thinking that you have come across all your highs and lows, right? You've beaten your highest. You've scored 1,000 runs, 3,000 runs, 5,000 runs in good succession, and you've beaten Virat Kohli. So these kind of records, when you score, and there's a big statue coming up.
We don't have yes.
So what was the feeling like? Because everybody likes to celebrate success, right? And so when you've gone through such a great world records, what kind of composure you had? Like do you celebrate much, or you think about it, or you just like let's keep it simple?
You've got to keep it simple, but certainly when something happens or you score some runs and things like that, there's no doubt. Actually, even if you don't score runs, it's you always say Alhamdulillah, because the reality is it's all a blessing, and then we're very fortunate. And I'm extremely fortunate to have played cricket for so many years, and you're doing something you enjoy. This is a great blessing that I'm very thankful for. So these type of records, they don't belong to anybody. To be honest with you, they may be with, your name might be attached to it now, but it's not yours. It's somebody
in a few years, somebody will come out.
So there's no sentimental value to it because it's ever changing, like most things in the world.
Okay. Yeah, and one more thing that a couple of years back you were playing Test match in England and you were fasting, I believe, right? And you kept fast and you're playing Test cricket and you scored 300 runs, something. So that kind of belief comes to you that you need to keep fast and you need to play the cricket also. So what make you think to go and take such step? Because
and to add to that, you must have heard of intermittent fasting. So did the knowledge of that play into it?
Well, I have to correct again. I wasn't fasting on those days. Oh, yeah.
Incorrect information. That's why
I wasn't fasting on those days. Obviously, being a musafir and traveling,
you have the leeway.
You have the leeway of doing it afterwards. I did. And intermittent fasting is the funny thing. It's become very popular now over the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 years, which is healthy. One of the healthiest things to do. But anyway. No, I didn't think of it that time. But yeah, so
people are just guys. What are you guys doing?
No, social media.
It's amateurs.
Sorry. No, it's good. We came to know, right? Because I was believing that me and my dad were talking that, mashallah, these things are coming up, and that time, fortunately, he scored 300, and I'm like, shit, man, it's keeping fasting, and then going to 200. But above all, you have completed your international cricket. Any plan to go back to South Africa, because the cricket in South Africa, the South African cricket team is going through a transition period where they're struggling a bit to beat that score, or they're not able to win some games. So any plans to go back?
No, there's no plans to be coming back. But I don't think they even need me to come back. South African cricket, the players in the team are just some wonderful players. They've had a tough tour against India. But that happens, and most teams who are going to India nowadays are losing. But we've got some wonderful players, and yes, they are in a transition period, but I think they're slowly going out of that as time goes on because everybody's getting more experience. I think that'll be good. We have an England tour coming up, and I'm pretty confident that it just takes one good test match and then the tables turn. When you lose a few games, it's all doom and gloom, and people start attacking the team. But we've been there, we've seen it before. But in time to come, we just things will work out. There's some really talented players.
Yeah. So like I've heard about that, maybe Mark Bowser is calling APG player. So I thought of asking you that maybe you're thinking to go back to South African team or something. So as of now, I've heard that you do a lot of swimming with regards to fitness. You swim a lot? Swimming.
Yeah, I just swim. When I had to hurt my shoulder maybe a year and a half ago, so I stopped swimming. But now I'm getting back into it. Swimming, running. I've never been a fitness freak, but
I just heard someone say that you have 6-pack abs. Not a fitness freak. How does that?
Maybe he's very hidden agenda. No,
So, Hashim bhai, one question I really want to know. I'm from Pakistan, he's from India, and both countries, I believe, saying that they're responsible for your heritage and your roots, right? So, who wins out, and how close are you to those roots?
Yeah, my great grandfather came from India.
Which part?
Gujarat.
Okay, great. Damn it.
So my roots are from India, but as you know, India and Pakistan were once upon a time.
That's the same, yes.
Yes. But obviously being brought up in South Africa and almost fourth generation, South Africa has a long history of people from all over the world coming.
And what's your fun part? What's your chill time? When after the game, if you want to relax or something.
Forget the game is retired, so what do you do now?
No, what you used to do.
Yeah.
What you used to do, man.
Very
He's
fun.
very interested in the cricket thing. So,
Family time is very important, so I try and spend much time with the family. If I'm touring, not around with me, I spend time with teammates or in the room, just catching up with those back home. Obviously, the time difference is not too bad, but that's about it.
Are you involved in any dawa or anything like that?
I think every Muslim is involved in dawah in some aspect. Yeah, no,
More formal
no formal.
Alright, this has been
now, as we know, we have agreed to have only 10 minutes with you, and we'll just have
we are very grateful for each and every one of them.
It's seriously, because being a cricketer, it's an honor for me, and you've been such a great role model for us, and we'll just have quick rapid fire questions.
Not just a great role model, a real role model. There's so many people around that are, posing, but you are an actual role model.
Thank you for coming. So let's start.
We have a rapid fire, and then we let you go.
We let you go, okay? What's your favorite junk food?
Pizza.
Ronaldo, Messi.
Ronaldo.
Chatting or talking?
Talking.
Federer, Nadal.
Federer.
Steve Smith or Virat Kohli?
Depends which format.
All four, man.
Virat.
Jack Callis or Hashim Amla.
Callis.
Alright, guys. Thank you so much, Hashim sir. I hope that I meet you someday soon. Can come in here somewhere in South Africa or somewhere around the world. So great to have you, and may Allah give you a lot of success and stay blessed.
It's been a pleasure.